Namaste. Sorry. Okay. First up is Yoga Sutra. Wait, I have to take more medicine. Oh, you know what? I have to put on my kuma. That's what I forgot. I'll be right back. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. Yeah, if I don't put on my kuma, I can't concentrate. So, if I'm taking cannabis, it all goes to waste. Something. Somebody might want to pay attention if you're using cannabis regularly. You might want to put on a kuma and, see how you like it. Like for me, if I don't put it on, it's cannabis wasted. Because I can't focus without it. I cannot focus without it. That's my point. 1 second. Okay, I think I'm good to go. Sorry for the delay. 4 minute delay. Yoga Sutra. Book 2, Sutra number 2. Sorry. Namaste. 상히 그리양 요가흐 사마티파바나일타흐 그레샤타누 까라놀 탁시장 그레샤타누 까라놀 타시장 상히양 세비야마나흐 사마팀 파바야티 그레샴 시장 브라타누 까로티 브라타누 그르땅하는 그레샤는 브라삼키아나 그니나 나그타비 자카를 빠나 브라사발 사바 탈미너흐 나그타비 자카를 빠나 브라사바 탈미너흐 가리쇼여미 가리쇼여띠띠 대쇼음 다누 까라노 뜨뿌나흐 그레샤이라 빠라 모로셔도 사테트바 부루쇼 니아땅마 드라키아티흐 수쿠시마이 프라지냐이 사마부타티카라이 사마부타티카라이 프라티프라사바야 까르파시어땅 이티 까르피시어땅 이티 Sorry, 까르피시어땅 이티 I wanna check this fuzzy character. Otherwise, everything else looks okay. Okay. So pavayati. Yeah, okay, cool. Namaste. Now, this yoga of action is for the cultivation of concentration and for the attenuation of the hindrances. For when the yoga of action is given earnest attention, it cultivates concentration, attenuates the hindrances to an extreme degree. It will make the hindrances, when they are extremely attenuated, disqualify for propagation, like seeds burnt by the fire of elevation. But the subtle insight, which is the discriminative discernment between the Sattva and the self, untouched by the hindrances because they are so much attenuated, with its task finished, will be ready for inverse propagation. Okay. The music too loud. Okay, next up is Veda. Okay. Book 3, Hymn 22. Okay. Namaste. Ayam so 아그니리아스미는 소마미는드라흐 수담 다테 자터레 방아바샤나흐 사하스리남 방아자마티암 나 사프팀 사사방아는 사는 스투야세 자타베다흐 아그네 야뜨때 디비 발자흐 프로티비앙암 야도셔 티시바프스방알 야자뜨람 예나는 딸이 끄셔 물방아 따따는 타 뜨베셔흐 상 바누랄 너베 바누랄 너보 늘 자꾸 쉬어흐 아그네 디보 알너마트 청알 지강시야트 청알 대방암 우지슈에 디슈누여 예 양 로짜네 바라스땅 뜨수리아시양 양실장 바스땅 두파티시타는 땅 아빠흐 뿌리슈소 아그나야흐 브라바누에 피흐 사조셔사흐 주쇼는 땅 야지냐마두루 호나미방 이쇼 마히흐 일버 마그네 부르담삼 사님 고허 샤시바트따맘 하바마나야 사탐 시아는 나흐 수누스타나요 비장바그네 상할 때 수마틸 푸트 바스메 Namaste. This is that Agni, whence the longing Inindra took the pressed Soma deep within his body. Winner of spoils in thousands, like a courser would praise, art thou exalted Jata Vedas. That light of thine in heaven and earth, O Agni, implants, O Holy One, and in the waters, wherewith thou hast spread wide the air's mid-region, bright is that splendor, wavy, man beholding. O Agni, to the sea of heaven thou goest, thou hast called hither gods beheld in spirit. The waters too come hither, those up yonder in the sun's realm of light, and those beneath it. Let fires that dwell in mist combine with those that have their home in floods. Guileless accept our sacrifice, great viands free from all disease. Agni, as holy food to thine invoker, give wealth in cattle, lasting, rich in marvels. To us be born a son and spreading offspring. Agni, be this thy gracious will to usward. Next up, Upanishad. Book 3, Canonda 16. Okay. Namaste. Purusho Bhava Yajinyastasya Yani Chaturvimshati Parshvanui Tata Pranatah Savanam Chaturvimshatyakushoran Chaturvimshatyakushoran Gayatram Pranatah Savanam Tadasya Basavonam Yatataha Prano Baba Basava Ete Hidamum Salvam Basayananti Tam Jadatasminam Vayasi Kimchi tu patat pet sang Kimchi tu patat pet Kimchi tu patat pet sang Puruyat prano Sava Basava idam pratah savanam Mathyam dinam Savanamanu samtanu tati Savanamanu samtanu tati Maham pranonam Pasunam Matye yajinyo Pilopasi yatiud taibai Pilopasi tatiud pai Pilopasi tatiud taibai tata Etiagado ha pavati Ata yani Jatushi jatuvarim shan Tuvaishwanui Jatushi jatuvarim shadu Jatushi jatuvarim shadu Vaishwanui Danamathyanida Ninam Dinam Danamathyanidinam Danamathyam Dina Savanam Jatushi jatuvarim shada Jatushi jatuvarim shada kushoran Tereshetu putraishetu pam Tereshetu putraishetu pam Mathyam dinam savanam Mathyam dina savanam Tadasyam rudran Anamba yatataha prano Baba rudran Ete hidam salvam Hidam salvamu Rodayananti. This red ink is really messing me up. I'm sorry, but this, like, whoever did this is really not helping me. I don't know what that person was trying to do, but humans get misled. That's all I could say. They lose the purpose of why they're doing what they're doing. They miss the point, If it doesn't help you, it's not for you. Krishna especially talks about torture and how it's not harmful only for that person. It's torturing oneself. It's harmful for the God seated within that person. Anyway, this is torturous for me, that red thing, whatever they did, whatever they were thinking they were doing. It's wrong, not just the truth. So I, now have to regain my composure. And I want to look this up. I've never encountered that kind of spelling before. This is like modernized Sanskrit. It's not like traditional, so it's not helping me. But nobody cares. Nobody cares what I think. Even if I say this is the right way, they don't listen to me. They don't care. They don't care about right and wrong. Think about that for a second. They don't care about right and wrong. They only care about who's the stronger. Sorry, who gives the most fear. I gain the most fear from that person, so that person must be the authority. That's like some Stone Age stuff, man. Grow up. It's not 20,000 years ago anymore. Sorry, Namaste, that's a joke. So 3, 16, 3. I have to look up a spelling. Okay. Yeah, I did it. Right. Okay. Continuing from here. Tam. 제데타스미는 바야시. 김치두빠 따빼뜨상. 김치두빠 따빼뜨상. 브루야트 프라노. 루드랑 이담메. Here we go again. I want to just curse. That's what I want to do. Because this is really stupid. Ma tiam dina savanam. Duratiya savana manu samtanutati. Duratiya savana manu samtanutat. Duratiya savana manu samtanutati. Duratiya savana manu samtat. Duratiya savana manu samtanutati. Duratiya savana manu samtanutati. Maham pranonam. Fucking A. Pranona rudranom. Matye yajinyo. Bilopusi yatyud Taivan. Tatang etyagado ha pavati. Atam. Here we go again. What the fuck is that? Body. Okay. Ya nyashita atan. Ya nyashita jatavarim shad taishai. Taishonui. Ya nyashita jatavarim shad. Ya nyashita jatavarim shad vaishonui. Tataturoti yasa. Tataturoti yasavana mashita jatavarim shad dakusharang. Fucker. I mean, sorry. This just makes you just curse like it's the equivalence of cursing by, I mean, verbal murder, non-violent verbal murder. That's what's coming out of my mouth. Just want to say, fuck you, you stupid fucking asshole. That's what I really want to say. Okay. Natatarati yasavana mashita jatavarim shadakusharang. Jagati jagatam turati yasavanam tadasyang adityang anamba yatatang prano pavadityang ete hidam hidam salvama datate hidamu salvama datate maybe tam 제데타스미는 바야시 김치두 파타 빼뜨상 김치두 파타 빼뜨상 브루양아트 프랑모 아디티양 이담메 드러티야 사바나 마유라사 마유랑 누삼땅 누따티 드러티야 사바나 마유라 누삼땅 누따티 마함 프라노나마디티야남 Matye yajinyo bilopusi yatyud Taivan tata etyagado haiva pavati etadata suma vai tadvidvanaha mahidansa aitereyahu sa kim ma etadu patapasi yohama nena na Purashuyamiti Sangha Shodosham Parshashatamaji Batapurang Parshashatamaji Batapurang Ha Shodosham Parshashatam Jibati Ya Evam Veda Iti Shodoshaha Kanandaha Namaste. Yeah, sorry about all the like. This was the worst. This was what really got me. Like I don't mind like 1 in a verse, 3 is a lot too. So maybe I became angry from the start. This really made me angry. Fucker. I'm sorry. Okay. Namaste. Yeah, if anybody's, from this website, can you please fix this? I might leave a feedback. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll listen to me at all. But if anybody's paying attention, could somebody let them know to, write the original text first? Instead of doing whatever they want with the original word, like dividing them into 2 or 3 words. You know how evil that is? I'm sorry. Namaste. No, I didn't even finish it. See, when something throws me off, my whole self gets thrown off. That's typical of an actor. And that's why I use my medicine. People are so stupid. They short fuse me every half a second. I get short fused by humans every half a second. I get short fused by these intelligent humans, putting out digital copies of Sanskrit. These are intelligent humans. I get angry with them. Imagine how angry I'll be with, common humans with dusty feet. Anyway. Namaste. Verily, a person is a sacrifice. His 24 years are the morning Soma libation for the Gayatri meter, has 24 syllables, and the morning Soma libation is offered with the Gayatri hymn. The vasus are connected with this part of the sacrifice. Verily, the vital breaths are the vasus, for they cause everything here to continue. If any sickness should overtake him in this period of life, let him say, Ye vital breaths, ye vasus, let this morning libation of mine continue over to the midday libation. Let not me, the sacrifice, be broken off in the midst of the vital breaths of the vasus. He arises from it. He becomes free from sickness. Now the 44 years are the midday libation, for the Dirishadub meter has 44 syllables, and the midday libation is offered with the Dirishadub hymn. The Rudras are connected with this part of the sacrifice. Verily, the vital breaths are the Rudras, for they cause everything here to lament. If any sickness should overtake him in this period of life, let him say, Ye vital breaths, ye Rudras, let this midday libation of mine continue over to the third libation. Let not me, the sacrifice, be broken off in the midst of the vital breaths of the Rudras. He arises from it, he becomes free from sickness. Now, the 48 years are the third libation, for the Jagati meter has 48 syllables, and the third libation is offered with the Jagati hymn. The Adityas are connected with this part of the sacrifice. Verily, the vital breaths are the Adityas, for they take everything to themselves. If any sickness should overtake him in this period of life, let him say, Ye vital breaths, ye Adityas, let this third libation of mine continue to a full length of life. Let not me, the sacrifice, be broken off in the midst of the vital breaths of the Adityas. He arises from it, he becomes free from sickness. Verily, it was this that Mahidasa Aitareya knew when he used to say, Here, why do you afflict me with this sickness? Me, who am not going to die with it. He lived 116 years. He lived to 116 years. Who knows this? Calendar 16, and the guy lives up to 116 years. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Sorry for my attitude. Just, not my fault. It's whoever added additional texts on top of the original text, or divided an original word into 2 or 3 words. They're to be blamed. Because they did it intentionally. Do you know how evil that is? Do you know what kind of a mind evil mind makes you do that? Think about it. Think about changing an original Sanskrit text. It takes an evil mind to do it. It does not take a sane mind to alter Sanskrit texts. Period. Period. So somewhere along the way, humanity kind of died a little. Not just a fact. I want to find there's a better version for me to read before I do the next, because it's really bugging the crap out of me. I don't want to read this, a stupid version. Nobody wants to read a stupid version of a book. I'm reading the stupid version, actually. This is the only version, by the way. This is the only version that I know that exists digitally. I don't think there's any other digital copy of the Upanishad. I could be wrong. I'm talking about Sanskrit, mind you. Plenty of translations, but I'm stuck with stupid translation with added text. Sorry, just the more I think about it, the more it makes me mad. And the more I realize that I am mad about it, I'm realizing that I'm not mad about it. They did something that's fucking horrendous. Anyway, so I'm not gonna be mad at it. But I apologize, I wanna read nicely. I don't wanna read like chopped up words. That's what they did. They chopped up words because they don't, they think they could chop up insects, so they chop up words. Same thing. Is there any Sanskrit text besides that one that's readable? Sometimes they scan the texts and they're not readable. Like 90% of the time they're not readable. 90%. I'm being generous. I will say 95, 99%. They're not really readable. This is a version. A version. Maybe I should just save it. I'm gonna save this version just for now, because I cannot deal with that fancy version any longer. This is actually like a downgrade, but better do things right. It's like a software, a program, an app, if you will. You get an update, and the update is actually worse than before, so you're forced to go back. That's what I'm kind of doing with Sanskrit, with Upanishad. And I need to take a break from that. So the thing about Sanskrit is, you want to be as tranquil as possible. I mean, it's common sense. You don't want to be in a war zone when you're reciting Sanskrit. You want to be in a really the most tranquil place you could find. But my karma has dictated that things are chaotic. So it's my karma for you. Nothing is a smooth sail, it seems. Which means, sooner or later, it's gotta be a smooth sail, because karma has to come back. It can't just like go one way. Sorry, it's taking forever to download it. I need this version for the next time. I need a break too. I need to take a break from that effed up version of 차는 독이 오빠니셨다. Okay, still downloading. Sorry, it's 1,000 pages long. This newest version that I'm gonna use is like 1,000 pages long. So it's gonna take a while to load. Not my fault. Nobody cares about what I do, so it means, more time wasted. Time is money. I don't have the money. So I'm spending more time to get what I want. Okay, did it? Nope, not yet. So I guess starting tomorrow, I'm gonna use another version for Upanishad. So yeah, I don't want to curse people out to the point of extinction. Yeah, it's just not right. It's not right that you divide an original word into 2 and 3 words just to fit your agenda of putting umma. We love the sound umma so much, we're gonna put it everywhere. That's what they did. I'm gonna shut up because the more I talk about it, the more I'm just gonna curse everything out. And I don't want to do that either. Why couldn't you leave the text alone? That's my question. The only reason why you wouldn't leave the text alone, human, whoever did this, is because there's an evil element. And that's my point here. If it's a mundane thing, I wouldn't give a crap. But if it's something that has to do with good and evil, angels and demons, life and death, you just did something from death. And that's just a fact. That's what, dividing an original word into 2 or 3 words is not done by God or angels. It's done from impure motive. It's done from, degradative perspective. I can't even find it. It sucks. I can't even. Nobody even studies in this world anymore. And, you can't even find things to study in this world anymore. That's really bad if you think about it. Not only are there any people who are considered studious, you can't even find text to study. You have to, finding the correct text costs you an arm and a leg. Literally. Okay, I'm done. So I don't know if I could use this new text. I do need something that's better than the one that I'm using, because I'm literally cursing humans to extinction with it. Alright, I'll figure this out tomorrow. Sorry about this. It's their fault. Whoever digitized this Upanishad, it's their fault. It's really their fault. Period. Do not blame it on anything else. They messed up. They messed up the text. Who gave them the right to mess up the text? They love the sound so they decorated an entire Upanishad with it, dividing an original word into 2 or 3 words. And in order to break an original Sanskrit word into 2 or 3 words takes a lot of evil. A lot of evil. We're talking like crazy evil. That's why I'm so mad. Anyway, it takes unbelief. Let's call it that way. It takes an atheistic mind to do that. Somebody who don't give a crap. Humans. Humans want to accuse God. Oh well. I'm come down a little bit. Maybe I should take more medicine. It short fused my brain. Not just once either. God thinks humans aren't real because they don't even live like 1,000,000,000,000. Not even 1% of 1,000,000,000,000 years. God's around for trillions of years. Anyway. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the same website. This Srimad Bhagavatam digitized is perfect. I have problems with the Upanishad scans, and it's a serious one. And Upanishad, it helps you to it makes you learn how to act properly within a society. So if you're an actor, Upanishad is a really good tool. But you can't even find the right text name. What does that mean? You can't even find the right Upanishad anymore. Yeah. I don't know, man. The more I see how the texts are messed up, the more I feel that the entire earth is operating the wrong way and has been for a really long time. Just my opinion. Okay, chapter 2. Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Divitiyotyaya Viduran Upancham Pave Shilabatam Shirashatue Dakusho Duhitra Batasalah Vidu Besha Makarota Kasamadan Durutiya Tamajam Bidu Besha Makarota Kara Bidu Besha Makarota Kasamadana Durutiya Tamajam Satima. Kasatam Chara Gurum Nilvairam Shananta Vigraham 드마라맘 까탐 드바슈투이 자가또 다이바탐 마하트 에따당 키아히 메 브라흐마느 자마투흐 시바슈라시양짱 비드베샤스투 야타흐 브라남 스타티아제 두스티아잔 사티 마이트레야 우반짱 부랑 비시바스르장 사트레 사메땅아흐 바라마쇼야흐 다타마라가누흐 살베 사누강 문화요그나야흐 다트랑 브라비시트 무르쇼요 드르시트 방알 까미방 로치쇼 크랑자마남 비티미람 굴바는 땀 다는 마하트 사다흐 우나티시 터는 사다 시양스테 스바티시 누에 피아 스바티시 누에 피아흐 사하그나야흐 라테 비린짬 샬밤짱 다드 파사구 수이따뿌짜따사흐 다드 파사구 수이뿌따 다드 파사구 수이뿌따짜따사흐 사다사스 파티 필다크쇼 바가바는 사투 사트끄르따흐 아잠 녹가구름 따뜨바 니셔상하다 따다 지냐양 브랑은 니셔는 놈 무르덤 들으셔뜨방 나 무르슈여뜨 따다 나 들었다흐 우방짱 빵맘 자꾸 술피아마 피구비 자꾸 술피아마 피비 구쇼여 다하는 이방에 시루 야땅엠 브라흐마이쇼요 메 사하 대방흐 사하그나야흐 사투남 부르바또 부르뜨땀 나지냐 나는 나짜 마트 사랑아트 아얌 뚜 로카빵라남 야쇼크노 니라파트라파흐 사드피랑 짜리따흐 빠는탕 예나 스타브테나 두슈이따흐 에셔 메 시슈여땅 브라부도 야는메 두히뚜라그라히트 방누임 비브랑그니 무카타흐 사비트리앙에 이방 사투바트 그르히트 방에 무르가샤바 구슈여흐 방누임 말까떡 롯자나흐 브라티우트 타나 피바달헤 브라티우트 타나 피바달헤 바짱 삐아끄르따 노치따무 루브티 그리양양 슈짜에 마니네 피는 나사따뱀 아니쯔 차는 나삐아당암 바랑암 슈드라 예보샤팀 기라무 브라땅아바 세슈 고레슈 브라딸 푸다가널 부르따흐 아떠띠우는 마뜨따바는 나그놈 뷰부타케쇼 하사는 루다느 찌땅 파스마끄르따스나 하나 찌땅 파스마끄르따스나 나흐 찌땅 파스마끄르따스나 나흐 브라따스랑은 은라 스티 브라따스랑은 은나 브라타스랑 은나 브라타스르 스랑 은나 브라타스라 은나 브라타스라 은나 스틱 푸쇼나흐 브라타스랑 스랑은 은라 브라타스랑 은나 스틱 푸쇼나흐. I wanna check this. Actually, sorry, I have to. What's it? Book 2. Chapter 2. Hmm. 15. Never seen that spelling before. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, this thing there. Never seen that before. Okay, I did it right anyway. Vishnapadesho Yashivo Matato Matata Janapriyaha Patiha Paramatapu Danam Tamomatrat Makatmanam Tamomatrat Makatmanam Tasma Unamadanathaya Nashata Shauchaya Tulhurade 따뜻한 바다 마야 사트비 조디때 바라메시 트위너에 마이트레야 우바짱 비니는 디아이 밤상 기리샤마 프라티 파마바스티타무 기리샤마 프라티 파마바스티타무 Takusho Tangpang Upasa Boroshian Guruda Taha Shapatum Prachakrame I am to Devayajana Inendro Benendra di Pilpavahu Inendro Benendra di Pilpavahu Saha Pagamna La Patam Devai Devagano Tamahu Nishui Tiamanahu Sang Sadasya Mukhial Dakusho Sadasya Mukhial Dakusho Kiritraya Bisurajiang Shangapam Tasmadabini Shikaramian Tasmadabini Shikaramian Biburada Tamaniul Jagama Kaurabian Biburada Tamaniul Jagama Kaurabian Nijam Dikatanam Bichinyang Yang Shangpam Girishanu Granui Nanandi Shivaro Roshakasho Yadu Shuitahe Takusho Yang Shangpam Pisa Salja Darunam Ye Janam Bamodam Sutadaba Jiatam Divijang He Yang Etanam Maltia Mududishiang Yang Etanam Maltia Mududishiang Pagavatia Prati Druhi Druhiatia Jinyahe Bortagadarash Tuis Tatavato Bortagadarash Tuis Duruhiatia Jinyahe Bortagadarash Bortagadarash Tatatabo Tatavato Bortagadarash Tatavato Bortagadarash Tatavato Bimuko Pavet Guruheshu Guta Taimeshu Sakato Gramia Suketcha Gramia Suketcha Gramia Suketchayam Gramia Suketchayam Gramia Suketchayam Gramia Suket. Oh wow, Gramia Suketchayam. I just found like something. I just fixed something. Sorry. Samya Suketchayam Samya Suketchayam. I'll say that. Guruheshu, Guta Taimeshu, Sakato, Gramya Suketchayam, Gramya sukhachu chayang. Okay. Kalmatanantaram pitanutem Veda Vada Vipananati He Buddha Tiang Parapitiang Yiniang Pisumurotang Magati He Pashu He Sutri Kama He Sosut Batati Taram Sosut Batitaram Tri Kama He Sosut Batitaram Takusho Vasutambu Kochirat Bidiang Budutira Bidiang Yang Kalmamayang Masao Jadahe Samsarananta Bihang Ye Jamumanu Shalvabamani Nama Girahe Shurutang Yahe Bushupinuyo Matuganan Tena Burino Matana Jonomatita Temanahe Samamuhianantu Haradabishahe Salva Pakusho Devijang Burotatiang Turta Bidiang Tapovratang He Pitata de Henandri Yang Rama Yang Chakang Picharananta Biha Tasyang Vam Tadata He Shapam Shurutevang Devijakulang Yang Pai Pruguhe Pratyasara Jachachapam Pratyasara Jachachapam Brahmadanandam Turatyayama Pavavarata Tarang Ye Jang Dan Samanuvrata He Ba Kanun Dui Nasate Ba Kanun Dui Nasate Pavanantu Sachacha Satara Paripanantina He Nashita Jiao Shao Nashita Cha Nashita Cha Nashita Cha Nashita Cha Nashita Shao Wow Shao Nashita Shao Zhang Mutatio Jata Pasama Satitarino He Jata Pasama Satitarino He Bishanantu Shivadi Kusho Yang Yatrang Daivam Surang Sabama Brahma Chan Brahmanom Shachaivam Yadiu Yam Bari Ninandatan Satum Bitaranam Bumsa Matahe Ba Kanundama Shritang Esha Eva Hi Lokanam Shiva Pananta Sanatana Yam Purve Janu Sananta Suturiyat Brahmanam Janu Sananta Suturiyat Brahmanam Yam Purve Janu Sananta Suturiyat Brahmanam Janu Sananta Suturiyat Brahmanam Yam Purve Janu Sananta Suturiyat Brahmanam Janaldanahe Tad Brahma Paramam Shuddhatam Satam Baltama Sanatanam Bigalhyang Yangatam Pa Kanandam Daivam Bo Yatra Putarat Maitreya Uvanchang Tasyaivam Padatahe Shapam Prugohe Sa Bhagavanam Pavahe Dishichakrama Tatahe Kinchid Vimana Ivan Sanugahe Tapi Vishivasurajahe Satram Sasara Parivat Saran Sambitanya Maheshivasa Yatrajyang Roshopo Hariha Pulutiang Abapurutam Yataram Gangangang Yamuna Yan Bitang Biraja Nangatmanang Salve Sivam Tama Yayusutataha Namaste. Iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapuranoe Paramahamsyam Samhitayam Chaturthaskanante Dakusha Shapo Nama Taviti Yotyayaho. Need to take a break. I'll be back. Okay. Once again, I don't have a digital copy of the translation, so I have to read from the physical copy. So I should mark that finished. Yeah. What did I do? Okay. Discourse 2. Vidura said, how did Dakusha, who was fond of his daughters, happen to bear ill will towards Lord Pava, the foremost among those possessed of an amiable disposition, disregarding his own daughter, Sati? Who would bear enmity, and how could anyone bear enmity to him, the teacher of the whole animate and inanimate creation, who bears enmity to none, is possessed of a tranquil personality, delights in his own self, and is the highest object of veneration to the universe? Be pleased to tell me, holy sage, what led to such bitterness of feeling between the son-in-law and the father-in-law, as compelled Sati to give up her very life, which is so difficult to part with? Maitreya replied, once of old, all foremost seers and sages, as well as hosts of divinities, including the gods presiding over the sacred fires, assembled with their attendants in a sacrificial session held by the Prajapatis. Dakusha too appeared there, shining like the sun and illumining the grand assembly by his splendor. With their mind overwhelmed by his brilliance, those assembled there, including the deities presiding over the sacrificial fires, rose from their seats when they saw him, excepting, of course, Brahma and Lord Shiva. Duly honored by the superintending priests, the worshipful Dakusha bowed to Brahma, the progenitor of the universe, and took his seat with the latter's permission. Seeing Lord Shankara already seated and receiving no attention from him, Dakusha grew indignant. He looked with angry eyes at Shiva, as if he would burn him, and exclaimed, "Listen to me, O Brahmana sages, along with the gods, including the deities presiding over the sacred fires, as I speak to you about the conduct of pious souls, neither from ignorance nor from spite. This shameless fellow has wrecked the fame of the guardians of the various spheres, inasmuch as the arrogant man has violated the path trodden by the virtuous. He has become a veritable son to me ever since he accepted the hand of my daughter, who is another Savitri, as it were, in the presence of Brahmanas and the sacred fire like a good-natured soul. Though he has taken the hand of that fawn-eyed girl, this monkey-eyed fellow did not show due courtesy to me, even by word of mouth, when he ought to have risen from his seat and greeted me. To this haughty and impure person, who has not only abandoned all pious acts, but has outstepped all bounds of propriety, I gave away the girl, I gave away the girl, though unwilling to do so, even as one would impart the sacred word to a Shudra. Surrounded by spirits and troops of ghosts, with his hair scattered about, now laughing now, and now crying, he roves about uncovered like a madman in frightful crematories. Bathed in the ashes of funeral piles, and adorned with the garland of skulls, and wearing ornaments of human bones, he is really inauspicious, though bearing the appellation of Shiva. Drunk, he is fond of drunken people, and is the lord of goblins and ghosts, who are purely tamasika by nature. At the instance of Brahma, alas, I gave away my virtuous girl to such an impure and evil-minded person, the lord of ghosts." Maitreya continued, "Having thus reviled Lord Shiva, who remained unmoved without the least show of resistance, Dakusha now sipped a little water and indignantly proceeded to curse him. Yonder Bhava, the vilest among the gods, shall no longer get a share in the sacrificial offerings, along with the other gods such as Inindra, Upanishad, and so on." Having pronounced this imprecation upon Lord Shiva, though warned against such a course by the leading members of the assembly, Dakusha left the place highly enraged and returned to his own abode, O scion of Guru. Having come to know of this execration, Nanandi Shivara, the foremost of Lord Shiva's attendants, grew wild with rage and uttered a terrible curse on Dakusha, as well as on those Brahmanas who had countenanced his blasphemy. This fool, who makes much of his mortal frame and bears enmity to the divine Shiva, who has no vindictive spirit in him, and looks upon the body, etc., as his own self, shall have his face turned away from the truth. Attached to his home, the duties pertaining to which involve the practice of many a self-deception, in the search for carnal pleasures, and deprived of his judgment by attractive promises contained in the Vedas, he remains engaged in elaborate rituals, with his mind ever contemplating on the Sun Self as the Self, Dakusha has forgotten the true nature of his self and is a brute. He shall therefore be excessively fond of women, and shall have his head forthwith changed into that of a goat. The stupid fellow, who regards ignorance in the form of addiction to rituals as wisdom and has slighted Lord Shiva, and those who follow him shall be born in this world again and again, with their mind bewildered by the alluring, sweet and profuse odor emitted by the flowery texts of the Vedas. These enemies of Hara shall remain infatuated, eating anything and everything, and devoted to learning, austerity and sacred vows only for the sake of their livelihood. The Brahmanas shall wander in this world as beggars, finding delight only in wealth, physical comforts, and the gratification of their senses. Hearing him thus pronounce a curse upon the Brahmana race, the sage Phrugu uttered a counter curse, which was difficult to revoke, being the punishment inflicted by a Brahmana. They who observe vows sacred to Bhava and those who follow their latter shall become heretics and act contrary to the true scriptures. Only those who have cast all purity to the winds, are silly-minded, and wear metal-locks, ashes and bones, shall get themselves initiated in the cult of Shiva worship, where wine and other spirituous liquor will be held in high esteem. Because you denounce the Vedas, which lay down the bounds of propriety for men, and thereby preserve the society, as well as the Brahmanas. Therefore you have embraced the creed of heretics. The path chalked out by the Vedas is the eternal and the only blessed path for the people, a path which has been trodden by the ancients and has the authority of Janardana. Condemning as you do the Vedas, which constitute the supremely faultless and eternal path of the virtuous, do you take to the path of heretics, where that Lord of the ghosts is the deity. Maitreya went on. While Phrugu was thus uttering this imprecation, Lord Bhava, along with his retinue, left the assembly hall, a bit disconsolate at heart as it were. The lords of created beings, O Vidura, duly carried on the sacrifice for 1,000 years, the sacrifice in which Shri Hari, the Supreme Being, was the deity worshipped. At the conclusion of the sacrifice, they took their bath in the Gangangai, where it is joined by the Yamunai, and, with their mind and body cleansed of all impurities, they all returned therefrom, each to his own abode. Thus ends the second discourse entitled Dakusha's Imprecation in Book 4 of the great and glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramamsa Samhita. Taking a little break. Kalki Purana next. Okay, this will be another minute of taking a break. The Schumann resonance just went up. That's why I became happy. Humans love Minecraft and Fortnite. You know, when they score high on Fortnite, they may feel happier. The Schumann resonance stuff makes me happy when there's a strong storm. Okay. I'll start. Kalki Purana, Book 3, Chapter 7. Right. 36 shlokas. Really, really difficult shlokas. Really difficult. Like really, really. Okay. Namaste. I'm procrastinating. Here you go. Sutang Uvangchang Evam Prapuratate Samgrame Taimaha Paramakopanah Kurotena Sahito Koram Yuyute Kalina Saha Kalildamitra Banoi No Kail Talma Siangapi Kalildamitra Banoi No Kalildamitra Banoi No Kalildamitra Bano Kail No Kail Kalidamitra Banoi Kail Talmasiang Kalildamitra Banoi Kail Talmasiang Noil Kail Talmasiang Kalildamitra Banoi Kail Talmasiang Noil Kalildamitra Banoi Kalildamitra Banoi Kail Talmasiang Kurotasiang Chang Para Putah Purim Pragat Tiakatavang Kaldap. Give me 1 second. It's probably here. So about okay. They bother me. Okay. Hopefully there were homeless people and hopefully they're not monsters. Anyway, I have to start all over again. 수당 우방장. Okay, good thing I didn't even get that far. 에밤 바라버릇때 삼그랑함에 탈마흐 바라마꽃바나흐 그럴 때는 사히또 고람 유유태 깔리나 사합 깔릴다 미뜨라바노일 카우 카일 탈마시양비 깔릴다 미뜨라바노일 카일 탈마시양비 그릇다시양장 para putahe purim prangangat diakatbang galda pabang hanam galda pabang hanam 빛치는 나 빼짝가타 타흐 빛치는 나 빼짝가라 타흐 빛치는 나 빼짝가 빛치는 나 빼짜라 빛치는 나 빼짜라 빼짝가 빛치는 나 빼짝가라 타흐 스라바드랍 그뜨 디아크 스라바드라크 문땅anga 산자야흐 스라바드라크 땅anga 산자야흐 스라바드라크 땅anga 산자야흐 추출 가는 타흐 가라라시아흐 스트리 스바미까마가드 그러하므 남은 파흐 삼은 포강 라히또드 트르따방아 너가노 하타흐 남은 파흐 삼은 포강 라히또 삼은 포가라 남은 파흐 삼은 포가라 히또드 트르땅 삼은 포가라 히또드 트르따방아 너가노 하타흐 미양고라흐 스바고라강가로 니허사라흐 브라비샤드 그러하므 브라상다 피하또 로파흐 가다양 피는나 마스타카흐 사라메야라탐 치는남 디아크트바가 두루티람 바마느 아파야나 지타흐 그로타흐 가셔이 그렇다 로짜나흐 가는 타 쿠방함 빛을 치는 남 디아크트방 시바사남 같다흐 파얌 수카탈라 카타드 가타 솔니야 빠따드 푸비 니라요 무다마 모시뚜 무다 모시뚜 이평 빠두이또 야마마야야오 티비야 티아다야흐 살베 디아크트방 바하무빠드라바느 나나데샤느 파요드 비그나에 그르타바나 프라피 두이땅흐 달마흐 그르타나 사히토 가트방 비샤사남 깔레흐 나가람 바노다하나 나가람 바노다하나일 다다하 깔리나 사하 갈릴비 플루슈터 살방은고 무르타다로 무르타 프라자흐 자가마이코 가다느 루다느 디노 발셔는 따라마 라크 슈이타흐 마루스투 샤카감은 보장하는 자크네 디비아 스트라 테자성에 대방비흐 샤바람 시조라는 샤바람 졸라는 발바람 스타드 가노 나피 발바람 스타드 가노 나피 디비앙 스트라 샤스트라 사문파 따이랄다야마 상 I said it right. I want to say it again. Not even 1/3. 디비앙 스트라 샤스트라 사문파 따이랄다야마 디비앙 스트라 샤스트라 사문파 따이랄 디비앙 스트라 샤스트라 사문파 따이랄다야마 상 비리아방은 비샹카유 바푸 바라흐 볼리는 당하는 보그가사나비 자카나 비말라프라지냐 비말라프라지냐흐 강은가 빵아테난 푸리누 나나 스트랑 라샤 스트라 발셔이스템 나나 스트라 라샤 스트랑 나나 스트라 라샤 스트라 발셔이스템 요통에 내슈라네 내라 내까탕에 내슈라 내까탕에 나나 스트라 라샤 스트 오케이 나나 스트라 라샤 스트라 발셔이스테 요통에 내슈라 내까탕에 가르키흐 꽃가비북 꽃가비 꽃강 평암 가당 방안울 유탕암 빠띠흐 유유테 비니야 사비지뇨 lok강암 자나야는 파야무 부르강 수란시야 부트라오 떼오 나부탕라오 샤구날 하리흐 다요흐 가르키흐 사 유유테 마투카이트 바요리아탕에 마투카이트 바요리아탕에 다열가당 브라하레너 줄누이땅 응가시야 따뜻빠떼흐 가라쯔지우땅 빠따드 가라쯔지우땅 빠따드 푸메오 드르셔트 보주리띠아호 드르셔트 보주리띠아호 자나흐 따따흐 보나흐 구루탕에 비슈눌 자가제 지시눌 마하푸자흐 파랄라케나에 시라스타시안 비쿠카시안 쯔체느나트 비쿠카시안 쯔친나트 치나트 비쿠카시안 쯔친나트 치나트 비쿠카시안 쯔치나트 프라푸흐 무르토 비코카흐 코카시안 달샤나 두트 티토 달샤나 두트 티토 발리 다드 드르셔트 방 비스미땅 대방흐 가르키시짱 파라비라하에 파라티칼트투 가다바누에흐 파라티칼트투 가다바누에흐 꼬카시아 비아츠 치는 나츠 치라흐 꼬카시아 비아츠 치는 나에 꼬카시아 비아츠 치는 나츠 치라흐 꼬카시아 비아츠 꼬카시아 비아츠 치는 나 꼬카시아 비아츠 치는 나츠 치라흐 무르타흐 꼬꼬 비꼬카시아 드르셔투이방 땅아트 사무트티타흐 보나스타오 밀리타오 테나 유유타오 테 마하발라오 까마루 파타라오 비라오 까라무로티우 이방 파라오 강은가 짤마타라오 강은가 짤마타라오 까를김 브라하라는 따오 보나흐 가르키흐 구루탕아 다요스타드바드 바누에나 시라시 하테 분할라그네 사마로키양 하리실지는 땅 바로 파바트 비사뜨뜨바뜨 바마타 로키양 비사뜨뜨바뜨 바마타 로키양 두라가스따 바따 더야뜨 까라까르바오 두라 탈쇼 두라게널 디따오 프로샤무 까르캐스땀 자크나 뚫바너이라 말쇼땅 무라 로짜나 자크나 뚫바너이라 말쇼땅 무라 로짜나 자크나 뚫바너이라 까르캐스땀 자크나 뚫바너이라 말쇼땅 무라 로짜나 자크나 뚫바너이라 마빵하셨 자크나 뚫바너이라 말쇼땅 자크나 뚫바너이라 말쇼땅 무라로짜노네오 자크나 뚫바너이라 말쇼땅 무라로짜네오 못잖아요. 오케이. 따율 부장은 따람 소시바흐 구루탕 사마다샤드 프로샤무 다우뚜 브라피는나 스티 부장 비샤스땅 응가 달강 걸까이 묵가오 비샤스땅 응가 달강 다까이 비샤스땅 응가 다까이 묵가오 비샤스땅 응가 달강 비샤스땅 응가 다까이 묵가오 뿌쯔참 자그르 핫두흐 사부돌고 뿌쯔참 바라까 비밤 트르타 뿌쯔참 두땅 지냐 뜨방 사부티흐 바라마코파나흐 바시짱뜨 바드피암 드르탐 자크네 다열바크샤시 바즈라바트 디아그타 뿌쯔창 몰츠칫다오 따뜨쿠쇼노트 보나로트 티다오 보라타흐 까르키마 로키야 파파쇼테 스푸터 쿠쇼노 샤라오 스푸터 쿠샤라오 따또 브라흐마 다마피아티야 그르탄 잘리푸터흐 차나이흐 보로방짱 까르킴 나이방무 샤스트라이 마타마이 핫다흐 샤스트라이 바타마이 핫다흐 까라카타 데카카레 우파요닐 미토 바타흐 우파율 달샤나 대밤 요파율 마라넘 끄바체트 노파율 마라넘 끄바체트 비디트베티 구루시봉 어뜨마느 니가 빠졌잖아 열바타무 니가 빠졌잖아 열바다무 니가 빠졌잖아 열바탐 니가 빠졌잖아 열바타무 이티 브라흐마 바짜흐 슈르트방을 디아그타 샤스트라 스트라바 하나흐 다요흐 브라하라토흐 스바이람 까르길다 나바요흐 구루탕에 무슈뚜이평 바즈라 까르방아평 바판장 시라시 다요흐 다오 따뜨라 파그나 마스티까오 파그나 마스티시까오 파그나 샤릉은가 바가 비밤 바타툴디티 바타툴디비 대방nam 파야대오 부비 바타cao 다드 들으실드방에 마하당 시짜리암 그런 탈방아브 사라상암 가노흐 나누로 뚫자가 자고 스뚜 시뚜 부실정 나누로 뚫자고 스뚜 시뚜 부실정 후후후 나누로 뚫자고 스뚜 시뚜 부실정 문화야흐 시드 타짜라노흐 대방실정 구수마사라의 바바술 할셔마나상흐 구수마사라의 바바술 할셔마나상 구수마사라의 바바술 할셔마사나상흐 대방실정 구수마사라의 바바술 할셔마나상흐 구수마사라의 바바술 구수마사라의 바바술 할셔마나상흐 구수마사 wise 구수마사라의 바바술 할셔마나상흐 okay. TV 누는두 파요 내두허 버라사는 나 실장 파바는 디샤흐 다열바타 브라무디타흐 가빌다샤 사하스라강아는 상시방아는 마하라타는 사쿠셔다하나드 디비아상야까이흐 브랑지냐흐 샤타사하스랑아놈 요타남 라너몰드타니 구셔얌 니니에 수많은 드라스투 라티남 반짜빔샤띠 에바마니에 갈기야 팔기야 비샬라디안 마하라타네 니자크누흐 사마레 꾸르드탕 뉴셔다네 물라츠 차발바라네 물라츠 차발바라네 에밤 비지디앙 따는 살방하네 가르길 푸바가노이허 사하 샤이양 깔노이 시정 파르랑아또 나가람 저뜨마야야오 나나바디아일 로카상은 칼바라 스트라일 나나바스트라일 푸셔널 푸슈이 땅은 가이 I'll do it again. 나나바디아일 로카상은 칼바라르스 나나바디아일 로카상은 칼바라스트라일 나나바스트라일 푸셔널 푸슈이 땅은 가이 One more. 나나바디아일 로카상은 칼바라스트라일 나나바스트라일 푸셔널 푸슈이 땅은 가이 나나바하이시짜마라일 비지아마나이흐 양아또 요드툼 까르키라티우그라 세나흐 까르키라티우그라 세나흐 That's it. Namaste. Took me about one with the interruption. Be 20 minutes. Okay. Iti Shri Kalki Purangano Bhagavate Bhavishuye Durti Yamshe Kokab Bikoka Bikokang Di Nam Bato Nama Sabatamo Tiayaho. Bato, I don't even know the meaning of it, but I think it means death. Bato. Okay, anyway. Taking a little break. Okay, here we go. Sutra said, in the war thus fought, extremely annoyed Dharma, along with Gorata era, fought with Kali. Kali, abandoning his steed, the donkey, suffering defeat because of the arrows of disciplined Dharma and Gorata era, went back to his city. The owner of the broken chariot, looking like the eyes of an owl, bleeding from all parts of the body, smelling foul like a muskrat, having a fearful face, entered the house governed by women. The characterless Damanpa, who was like a spark for his family, wounded by the sharp arrows, being disheartened in battle, took refuge in his own house. Lopa, struck by the mace of Prasada with broken skull, abandoning his chariot, pulled by dogs, returned spewing blood. The red-eyed Grota, being defeated by Apaya, left behind his broken chariot, pulled by foul-smelling rats, and entered the Vishashana city. Paya fell lifeless on the ground, struck by the feet of Sukha, while Niraya went to Yama, being boxed with us. Okay. I'll read it from here. The characterless Damanpa, arrogance, was like a spark for his family, wounded by the sharp arrows, being disheartened in the battle, took refuge in his own house. Lopa, greed, struck by the mace of Prasada, obligation, with broken skull, abandoning his chariot, pulled by dogs, returned spewing blood. The red-eyed Grota, anger, being defeated by Apaya, fearlessness, left behind his broken chariot, pulled by foul-smelling rats, and entered the Vishasana city. Paya, fear, fell lifeless on the ground, struck by the feet of Sukha, happiness, while Niraya, hell, went to Yama, being boxed with the knuckles of Ananda, bliss. All atis and vyatis, mental and physical elements, leaving behind their mounts, left for their respective abodes in fear, being distressed by the arrows of Satya Yuga. Dharma with Gorata set the Vishasana city with Kali in it ablaze with fire arrows. A weeping, helpless Kali with his entire body burnt, dead wife and dead subjects left the city and went to another country. King Maru with sharp divine weapons killed Shakas and Kamambojas, and King Devapi killed Shavaras, Cholas, Vaivaras, and their hordes. The most valorous King Vishakayupa, with strikes of his divine weapons, annihilated Pulinandas and Pukukasas. The pious King Vishakayupa fought with repeated strokes of his sword and a rain of varied weapons and missiles, and his enemy warriors died differently thereof. Well versed in wielding the mace, master of battle, Kalki, with mace in hand, fought a fierce battle with Koka and Bikoka. Kalki fought with Koka and Bikoka, the sons of Vraka and the grandsons of Shakuni, in the same manner as Hari had fought with Matu and Gaitapa in yore. Kalki, with his body crouched because of the attacks of Koka and Bikoka, with their maces, fell to the ground along with his mace. And seeing it, people exclaimed, "Oh, it is really astonishing." Thereafter, desirous of conquering the world, the long-armed Lord of all, Vishnu, again struck Bikoka and cut his head with his spear in anger. Surprisingly, the powerful Bikoka, on seeing Koka, got up. Seeing this, the gods and the annihilator of enemy braves, Lord Kalki, were all flabbergasted. Kalki decapitated Kokka, who in his hand, holding a mace, wanted to take revenge, but on being cast a glimpse by Bikokka, that Kokka also got up. Thereafter, extremely strong and capable of taking any wished-for form, like time and death, Kokka and Bikokka fought with Lord Kalki in unison. Wielding sword and shield, those two Kokka and Bikokka attacked Kalki repeatedly. Then Kalki, in anger, severed their heads simultaneously with his arrows. But seeing their heads rejoined, Kalki got worried. Seeing him helpless, his horse kicked both of them. Looking like Yamaraja, the god of death, invincible, extremely wounded by the horse of Kalki, with eyes red in anger, both of them killed Kalki's horse with arrows. The horse, in extreme anger, bit their arms forcefully. With broken bones and arms, with armlets bitten and the broken bow, the two caught hold of the horse's tail, just as some child holds on a tail of a cow. Feeling his tail being held by the two, the horse, boiling with anger, struck with his hind legs on their chest like a thunderbolt. Losing hold of the tail, both of them became unconscious, but readily got up again. Finding Kalki in front, they challenged him to battle in clear words. Then Lord Brahma approached Kalki, and with his folded hands said in soft words, "These two cannot be killed with any weapon. These two can be killed if simultaneously struck with the hands, because by glancing one another, neither of the two can die. O the soul of all, knowing this, kill them both at the same time." Thus hearing the words of Brahma, abandoning weapons and vehicles, Lord Kalki, in anger, striking at will, cracked the skulls of the two demon brothers simultaneously with his thunderbolt-like fists. With the skulls broken like two smashed peaks of the mountain, terrorizing the gods in heavens and torturing people on the earth, Kokka and Bikokka fell to the ground. Seeing this extreme wonder, the Ganandharvas and the nymphs started dancing. Reciters of the Vedas, the pious sages, started eulogies, and the delighted gods rained flowers. Trumpets started blowing in the sky, and the directions became clear. Being happy with the death of Kokka and Bikokka, Kavi, with his divine arrows, killed 10,000 brave charioteers, along with their horses and chariots, in front of all. Brahmajinya killed 100,000 warriors, and Sumanantaraka also killed 25,000 charioteers in that battlefield. Similarly, Gaigya, Palgya, Vishala, etc., also in anger killed Nutruda, barbarians, and Barbara, etc., riding on huge chariots in battle. Thus, having conquered them all, Kalki, together with kings and Shayakarnos, left to conquer Paralathanagara. Accompanied by various musical instruments, group of people, superb missiles, endowed with different types of clothes and ornaments, riding varied vehicles, being fanned by Jamambaras, and a very strong army, Kalki went to battle. Thus ends the 7th chapter of part 3 of Sri Kalki Purana relating to future happenings of the Lord, entitled Kokka Bikokka Dinam Patah. Okay. I think it means the death of Kokka and Bikokka. And I'll tell you how this translation named it. Where is it? If I can find it. Okay. The killing of Kokka and Bikokka. Yeah. Kokka Bikokka Dinam Patah. Alright. That's it. Thank you. So there was a slight interruption. I've also lost 0.1% of the frames. It's not that. If it's more than 0.3%, I'm gonna upload, but 0.1 is doable, I think. Thank you very much. I'm done. I'm gonna chant next. I'll take a half an hour break. I do need to get out there and in public and chant because it heals me. The only thing I care about at this point is healing. I don't even care about my disciplines anymore. So if you notice that I'm doing everything in one day and nothing in another day, it's because I'm just really like questioning what my health needs before anything else. What does my health need? If it needs taking a break, the break it gets, and something like. Thank you. I'm done. What am I doing? Yeah, chanting next. I'll take a half an hour break. Thank you very much. Namaste. And I will also chant in public for my health's sake. For the sake of my health, I will chant in public. Thank you. It keeps high. It's shy.